Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we have made it to Memorial Day weekend. Coming up this weekend, it's going to be a crazy good show tonight. We got the usual suspects, Shelly in the house, and working behind the scenes, doing all kinds of crazy stuff, throwing things at me mostly. And we got Mike McLaughlin, the Magic Mike, Mr. Mischa. He's waiting in the background for to talk to you too. This is Talking Real Estate. Where are you tuning in from, ladies and gentlemen? We always want to know that. Don't like the countdown. Listen, buddy, it's the final countdown. I'll work on some better countdown music, Mike. Steve, I promise I will do that for you. I'll work on that for you. Guys, where are you tuning in from? Are you in the Great Lakes state of Michigan somewhere? What are you doing? D7, Monroe. Let's see, who else? How about Allegan, Michigan? We got anybody from Allegan, Michigan in the house? Bailey, Nate, and Brett all tuned in from Lavender still. But are they on the deck or are they in the house? That's the big question. I got the big invite yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, to Billy Merzick's housewarming party. It was a yes. It was an automatic yes. I'm just telling you how it is. So if you want to know where I'm going to be at in June, I'll be on Lavender Street, Monroe. That's going to be happening. Don't worry about that. Kathy Corey in the house from D7. All right. Steve Kreitz, as always, a D7 guy, eating dinner in the house tonight. Okay. It was the final countdown. Jesus. What about Woodhaven, Michigan? I know we got Magic Mike from Woodhaven. Do we have any other Brownstown, Woodhaven people today? I'm skedaddling out of here, heading down toward the Monroe area for a very special couple of clients to make things happen for them tonight. So I will be headed out that way tonight. So, as you know, ladies and gentlemen, summer is finally here. This is episode 173 of Talking Real Estate. We're starting to etch towards, slowly but surely, 200 episodes. That's a lot, guys. I never thought, be honest with you, that we would get that far. I know we're a little bit premature, but I try not to be premature in anything else in my life. But Memorial Day weekend show is coming up. It is coming up right now. So the first thing, Kathy Wilkowitz in the house in Monroe, you are one of our biggest fans. Is it on the big screen? That's the big question, Kath. Are we on the big screen tonight? Because I tell everybody all the time, I'm like, that's the way I got to be, on the big screen. So let me know in the chat if you wouldn't mind, please. All right. So before we do anything else, guys, before we do anything else today, I want to do a minute of silence. I don't want to do a moment of silence. I want to do a minute of silence for our fallen folks, okay? And here's what I'd like you to do. Pat Neese, a good neighbor, how are you, dear? I'd like you in the chat to put anybody in your family that was in the service, that, you know, and that kind of stuff. So we can definitely appreciate everybody that's been serving our country, because I am a humongous fan and very respectful of our veterans and for our folks serving all across the world. So I'm going to start that now. For 1 minute, I'm not going to say a word, and that's a lot for me, guys. But if you would in the chat, just put names of anybody in your family that's served or is serving now, because we want to represent and we want to honor them, because that's what Memorial Day really is about. I know we think it's about burgers, hot dogs, and all that fun stuff, but it's definitely about much more than that. So I'm going to start that moment of silence right about now. If you can, feel free to type their names in the chat, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, feel free to keep adding folks to the chat, folks that are either in the service, that are serving our country now, that fell during battle, or that have gone, gone to their final rest and served in our military. Because again, we want to honor those folks. I know, again, I know we think it's about hot dogs, hamburgers, and all the crazy fun stuff we do in the kickoff summer, but that's definitely the original meaning of Memorial Day weekend. I tell you, I'll share something with you on Talking Real Estate tonight that One of my biggest regrets is that I didn't join the service. I didn't go into the service after after high school. After high school, my dad served, my grandfather served. So definitely one regret that I definitely have in life is I did not serve my country in that way. So all right, all right. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on this weekend. Ready? Where will you be this weekend and what will you be doing? Okay, give me a twofer. Where will you be this weekend? What will you be doing? Throw it at me. Throw it at me. Throw it at me. Throw it at me. Where will you be this weekend and what will you be doing this weekend? That's what I want to know. Throw that in the chat. I will be at home, I think. Right. That's how I'll be. I'll be at home. So I'll be doing that. So we'll be having folks over at the house. So that's always a good thing. No fancy dancy pool yet, but we'll be doing that at Hannah's puppy sitting. Okay. Puppy sitting on Memorial Day weekend. That's an interesting one. What else, folks? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Where will you be? What will you be doing this weekend? Where will you be? What will you be doing this fine Memorial Day weekend? Home planting. Yeah, you know what, Kath? There's gonna be a lot of folks doing that. A lot of folks doing it. At my daughter's cookout. Yep. Driving home. Driving home. All right, guys, I got to give a quick shout out to my dear friend Emma here. Emma graduated this past week.
Woo-woo.
Okay. From Paul Smith's College in Paul Smith's, New York. She is a fabulous baker. Give Emma a round of applause. Give Emma a little love in the chat, if you would. She graduated this weekend. She is a full-fledged collegiate baker now with her degree and all that good stuff. So give Emma a little love in the chat. Would you please? Would you please? Would you please? She's also RJ's wonderful girlfriend. So that's always a good thing. Cornhole. There you go. Yeah. Very nice, very nice, very nice. See, and they're all over it for you. We're always very supportive of folks here at Talking Real Estate. So, what will you be doing? Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. The cornhole, yeah, that'll be happening. Up north in the pontoon, I like that. Helping watch Alex, Julian Robert going to Aruba. Oh, my sister, she's a jet setter. I'm telling you. Up north, Jim Dowdge in the house. Yeah. Hopefully pack it and knowing where I'm moving to. Jeez. Tim Carr says, hey, yo, from Algonac in the house. Oh, my goodness. Guys, if you need a line on a boat, that's your guy right there. That is your guy. Frankenmuth for a wedding. All right. Very cool. Very cool. So we got lots going on this weekend. So Lisa Boyce, the manager of the old Center 21, Kern Oberski, going to Franklin for a wedding this weekend. Very nice. All right. So let's talk about this. What's on the menu? What's your big move? What's your big dish? What's your big plan for what are you cooking up? Okay. Are you doing bratwurst? Are you doing hot dogs? Are you doing burgers? Are you making something fancy dancy stuff that we don't know about? Tell me in the chat what is on the menu for Monday. What are you thinking? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Staying on our home lake, Lake St. Clair. Lake St. Clair is beautiful, my friend. So there's nothing wrong with staying in that place. There's nothing wrong at all with that. Smoked mac and cheese. Oh my goodness. And smoked whole chickens. Very nice. I might just stop by your place, Jimmy. I'll tell you what. What else, folks? What's on the menu? What's on the menu this weekend? Talk to me. What's on the menu this weekend? Letting somebody else cook. That's a good one. Let somebody else cook. Actually, hot dogs right now. We're early. Yep. So Nate is the grill master over at that place, is he? All right. That's what I always wanted to know. That's what I want to know. Man, you guys got all kinds of great steak and corn on the cob. God, I'm starving right now. Holy crap. Walleye for a big walleye run. Got to go catch them. Okay. Brett says, eating, eating a glycerin. Jeez. Jimmy Down says Joe and Reno's Pizza. Ay, 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 ay. What else we got? Let's see. No plans. Need to come up with a menu. All right, we'll come up with a menu. I'm very sure that we'll come up with a menu. It'll be the last minute kind of menu. That's how we roll over at the Bergeron household. We kind of little last. She's giving me the bad look now, because I'm getting myself in trouble now.
I'll leave the menu up to you.
All right. So last one before we get to Magic Mike McLaughlin. Are you going to the Memorial Day Parade? That is a 100% staple in the Bergeron family, the Memorial Day Parade in Dearborn. So are you going to the Memorial Day Parade? Throw that in the chat for me. What do you think? Yes, no, maybe so. Are you going on Monday to honor our veterans, the Memorial Day Parade? If you are thinking about it, I'll tell you what I got for you. Right there up the top left hand corner is the parade information if you feel like. No, Jimmy says no. Yes. Okay. As again, up in the top left corner is the parade information. I'll pop it off and on for you so you can see it again. So if you need to take a look at that, no parade. Okay. Okay. No. Just curious, guys. Just curious. It's a staple in our family. We do it every year. Chris Bergeron's always sitting on the edge of the cement, just waiting for the parade. So she gets there early and gets the spots. So I'm a little more sporadic, but she's definitely ever. I'm going with Alex and Ben and Lily. Very nice. Brandy, good to see you. Good to see Brandy in the crowd tonight. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So, if you didn't know already, guys, ladies and gentlemen, he's not only Magic Mike from Total Home Lending, but he is also a veteran. So, we're going to honor Mike McLaughlin a little bit and let him give us his insight. Magic Mike, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Scott, how are you?
How the heck are you, sir?
Well, as we get closer, like you said, to the 4-day weekend, we're
What? I lost you, Michael. I can't hear you. Nope, still lost you. Hello? Nope.
all right. Now I can hear you. Go ahead, Scott.
There he is. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? I'm like, what's going on over there? Well, you caught it right on the knot. Technical difficulties, my friend.
Did it not play the music?
Didn't play anything.
Well, that's interesting. So yeah, I was playing your final countdown for you. Thanks, Jason.
Maybe that's how we'll enter next time. Michael, so I want to throw something at you. It's a carryover from a previous show. Somebody asked me after the fact, tell me about, are there still prepayment penalties for paying a mortgage off early?
No, very rarely. If you have a mortgage that goes back to the early 2000s, there's a possibility you could have one, but
Okay.
they're very limiting on what you can do with the prepayment penalties these days. I know that in some cases, some banks, at least this was the case a couple years ago, some banks would add a prepayment penalty, but they would give them a really sweet deal. I don't know if that was their way, it wasn't even a big prepayment penalty, but they would give them a way below market deal, and but then they'd attach a prepayment penalty to it, probably because of how the refinance market is unpredictable. So they're trying to protect their investment, I think. But no, in general, you're not going to see prepayment penalties out there.
Okay, got you. So tell me what else is going on in the world today. No, you know what? I got a better one for you. You're in the Navy, right?
Yeah.
All right, give me something interesting that you learned in the Navy.
Well, let me see if I'll pull up my 707 group. I was on the USS Portsmouth.
Okay.
SSN 707.
Yep.
Fast attack submarine out of San Diego.
So you had to go underwater.
Oh yeah, that's the main thing for the submarines, right? You got to go underwater, otherwise we're just a target, just like the rest of those carriers out there. They called them ships. We called them targets.
Really?
Yep.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, give us some good things you learned from being a Navy man.
Well, one thing that was cool, because like you said, you're underwater, so you spend a lot of time at sea. Here, let me share this screen over here. So this here, that's my submarine right there, the USS Portsmouth.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff. This is a Facebook group, so there's a picture from on top of the sub from a friend of mine actually posted this picture.
Yeah.
But really, so my job, I was a nuclear engineer. My job was to run the nuclear power plant on the reactor. But the coolest thing that I did, for me, that I thought was the coolest thing was when we would leave port and we would return to port, coming into San Diego, or if we're overseas, you have jobs attached to what you have assignments for they call it maneuvering.
Yep.
So they would say man maneuvering, and you would take your position. Well, my job was I would go onto the top of the submarine and stand at parade rest while the submarine came into port every time, which is pretty cool because everyone else is still down on the submarine. I get to stand up and stand on top of the submarine and watch the waves and the dolphins and the port and wherever we're going. And then my job was when we got near port, I would take a rope with a buoy on it, and I would wrap it up in circles in such a way that when I threw it like this, it would go, 30, 40 feet across to the pier, land on the pier, and the sailors on the pier would tie it off to the big rope that we would use to tie the submarine off. So my maneuvering duty for at least the last 2 years, that's what I did when we pulled out or when we went into port. My job was to stand up top and bring over the big ropes to tie off the submarine to the pier. And yeah, that's always I look back on having that duty fondly. It was always fun to be up in the salty air and be able to take it all in.
Yeah. So Jason Tibble has an interesting question for you. How often do you surface to bring in fresh air when you're in a sub?
You don't have to surface to bring in fresh air.
Okay.
They have a way where you can come up something short of surfacing. So you can come up short of surfacing, and you could recirculate the air in the submarine using a diesel engine to pull the air in and vent it out the other end. So we didn't have to surface to do that.
No kidding. Pretty cool.
And technically, a submarine doesn't even have to even do that because we have the ability to remove the carbon dioxide from the air on the submarine. Plus, we have the ability to make oxygen and bleed oxygen. So we don't need to surface.
No kidding. Wow. That's all kinds of good stuff there, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about mortgages. What's the mortgage rate? What are they looking like today?
Well, it hasn't been a great couple of weeks for mortgage rates. And I did find something that Scott's not aware about. So I'm going to drop some knowledge. Scott doesn't
heck?
even know it's coming.
You're sidearming me, man. Come on. Well, go ahead.
Well, we always talk about affordability, right, Scott? We talk about how much of a home can you afford when you compare it to renting. How much can you afford? And it's interesting. I saw this article and it snapped my head. Buying a home is cheaper than renting in only 4 U.S. cities. Here's where they are. Well, what do you think one of the 4 cities is?
Detroit.
These cities are Detroit, Philadelphia, Cleveland, and Houston. And they speculate. I don't know. Do you want to watch a little bit of this little quick video?
Yeah, see what you got.
Okay.
If you're looking for a new home, a new report shows it's cheaper to buy than rent in 4 major U.S. metropolitan areas. New data from real estate brokerage Redfin found that a monthly mortgage in Detroit, Philadelphia, Cleveland, and Houston is lower than estimated average monthly rental costs. Jason Aleem joins us now to talk a little bit more about this. He is the Senior Vice President of Real Estate Operations at Redfin. Thanks for joining us. So, what is it about these particular cities that make them better places to buy than rent?
Thanks for having us, Anne-Marie. That's a great question. When you look at Detroit, you look at Philadelphia, you look at Houston, and you look at Cleveland, they didn't have the same run-up on prices during the pandemic. So there's a little bit more room there for affordability versus some of our boom towns like Sacramento or Phoenix, where the prices rose so aggressively over the last couple of years. And you combine.
Yeah, so you see, we pause here. Those are the 4 metropolitan areas where it's actually cheaper to rent than to buy, which reinforces what we've been saying, that it's actually cheaper to buy a home in our area here, suburban Detroit, metropolitan Detroit, than it is to rent. So
yeah, Michael, it's definitely, and I'm telling you right now, I don't care what anybody says, people are dumping rentals, so it's going to be, the price is going to keep going up.
Yeah, they people, because of the demand for housing, people who own rental properties, it is definitely something they need to look at, the possibility of selling those now to capitalize on property values being where they're at. And then, like you said, because as that becomes part of the inventory, that's going to cause rent affordability to continue to get worse. So
yeah, I got you. All right, Michael. Well, listen, I'm going to let you go, my friend, because my time is tight today. But thank you for your service. And
you bet.
I salute you.
Yeah, here's to all of the veterans lost in wars and in active duty, and may God bless them and thank them from the bottom of my heart.
Absolutely. They protected our freedom. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Thank you, Scott.
See you, bud.
See ya.
I almost got a little choked up, ladies and gentlemen. Mike McLaughlin, a good friend of mine, definitely served our country well. Definitely served our country well. All right, so let's get back to business here. Let's do this real quick as I'm going to be tight on time today. I want to talk about the essential items for any Memorial Day party today, guys. The essential items to any Memorial Day party. We're going to crank through them pretty quick, but I'm also going to give you the chance to. I found different things. I found Home Depot and Amazon and things like that. Number one. We know what it is: a grill. Gotta have a grill. Okay, doesn't have to be the most fanciest grill in the entire world, but gotta have a grill. So let me throw this out at you. Simple four burner propane gas grill. I think it's $349 or $349, $350. I think Home Depot has on sale for under $300. So if you haven't got a grill or you need to get a quick grill or something like that, that's number one. 4-burner grill. There you go. Shelly's looking at me with the crazy
Let me
eyes.
see your phone to do the code.
So there's a QR code for that. That's number one. Number two. Grilling tools, guys. Grilling tools. Gotta have some grilling tools. Found these for $25. 16-piece stainless steel grill set. There it is. Okay, check those out. Saw a couple other ones, Amazon, things like that. They're wooden things. So if you're a wood guy or gal, that might be something up your alley. But $25, not a bad deal. And Shelly was like, I never can figure out where to put the grilling utensils. So nice, easy way to put those there. Number three. This is for most of the ladies, I think. I'm just going to say it out loud mostly. I'm not going to pretend like it's not. Okay. Shatterproof wine glasses. Because if beer isn't good enough for you, you're going to have the wine. The wine is like a phenomenon now. I've never seen so many people love wine like I do now. So shatterproof wine glasses is number three. Number four, disposable napkins and plates. So you don't have to worry about that when you're cleaning up. Okay. We found these at the Dollar Tree right there. Patriotic lunch napkins. $1.25 for I think 25 of them. So disposable napkins and plates. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, the last essential thing for Memorial Day to keep the party going late at night. There it is. Outdoor string lights. You know I love the Edison lights, ladies and gentlemen. Found them for $29. I think it was on Amazon. $29. Okay, almost $30. So definitely keep the party started. So real quick review for you: a grill tool set, shatterproof wine glasses for all those winos and winettes, disposable napkins and plates, and outdoor string lights. All right, that's where we're going with that. All right, so let's get to some of the stuff that you love, some of the segments of the show that you absolutely love, because you tell me all the time, this or that. And sometimes the singing isn't the greatest, but we know you love that part too. Number one for this or that. Are you going with wings or burgers this weekend? Wings or burgers? Put it in the chat. Wings or burgers this weekend? What do you think? Kevin, a Star Wars grill said. That's funny. That cracks me up. Wings or burgers? This or that. Burgers, says Jimmy. Burger, says Lori. Burger, says Kathy. Trace says ribs. We got the ribs. That a boy. Burgers, says Facebook user. Steve Kreitz says burgers. What do you think? Probably burgers and dogs. All right. For that one, burgers is the winner. Second one, are we going staycation this weekend? Are we traveling? Are we going staycation this weekend? Are we traveling? We stay or travel? Put it in the chat, please. Stay or travel. Which one are you going to do? Michelle Gill, good to see you. Burgers for you. Janine McKay, same thing. Are you staying home or are you traveling? Which one are you doing? Jimmy's traveling. Lori's staying. G. Tidwell says staying. Work, of course. Trace, yeah, work, of course. I don't know how I might get the stink eye if I go to work, Trace. So we'll see. Pat says staying. Michelle Gill says staying. Steve Kreitz says stay. Oh man, all kinds of staycation going on this week. All kinds of staycation. Janine's traveling. Let's see. Not sure. Uh-oh. Barb says she's not sure. Oh, yeah. All right. So I'm going to say staycation. That's our big move this weekend. Big move. Last one. It's a Shelly one. Okay. I did not choose this one. So don't hold it against me. Are we going margaritas or beer? Margaritas or beer? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Margaritas or beer for this weekend? Which one are we going with? Margaritas or beer? Put it in the chat, please. Margaritas or beer? Jimmy says beer. Give me a beer. Lori says beer. Michelle says margaritas. Let's see. Margaritas or a little beer? Which one? Captain Jack. Captain Jack Coke. All right, good. Very nice. Margaritas. Oh, it's getting tight, guys. Which one? Margaritas or beer? Beerarita. Oh, it's all in the country songs. I know. One margarita, two margarita. Both and designated driver. Attaboy, Steve. Just, ladies and gentlemen, be like Steve. Be responsible. Designated driver. Be responsible. So we're going to say beers wins that one. Bloody Marys. That's another one. All right. Guys, next, your chance to be a millionaire. Are you ready? What realtors see? I saw some ridiculous things this weekend. I'm ready to share them with you now. What realtors see? Your job is to caption them with the most ridiculous, funny, goofy, ridiculous. I said ridiculous twice. Caption you can to have a chance to win millions of dollars on a scratch-off ticket, courtesy of Talking Real Estate and the Bergeron team. Dale Deacon's in the house. Captain Jack and Coe. I'm telling you what. All right. Number one, here it is. What realtors see? Number one. There it is. I'll make it bigger for you so you can see it. Saw this yesterday. What do you think? 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 Put it in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put it in the chat. What do you think? Saw this yesterday with my own two eyes. What do you think? Squeeze box. I bet it being that close to the wall keeps switches forced on. Yeah, it probably does. Half-ass window. That's pretty good. Half a panel is as good as a whole. That's pretty funny. Only seeing half the picture. DIY at its finest. Yep. Can't trip, but you can't move. That's pretty good. Oh, yeah. You can't park there. That's funny. It's a little Ghostbuster joke. Where's the horse? Got 30 seconds, guys. Got 30 seconds. What realtors see? What realtors see? Tripping. I like that. It's funny. 10 seconds. 9. I got that half off. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is can't trip, but you can't move. You can't get that damn box open. You definitely can't trip it. Can't trip, but you can't move. What realtor see number 2? What realtor see number 2? Coming to you right now. This one's funny. This one made me laugh too. I saw this. A little bit of the Star Wars nerd in me coming out a little bit. What do you think? What realtor see number 2? What realtor see number 2? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? That's a door, just in case you didn't know. That is a door, just in case you didn't know. Steve is a. That's really good. That's the guy that touched my thermostat last. Oh, Han, not again. Nerd alert. Absolutely. Someone let Han Solo out, please. That's going to hurt. See what happens when you piss off the wife? That's a good one, Trace. That's funny. And I need that. Yes, you do, Kathy. Yes, you do. You got 10 seconds, guys. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And the winner is. See what happens when you piss off the wife? That's pretty funny shit. That's good stuff. All right, the last one. I got to make sure I got it up here. Hang on a second because I lost it for a sec. I saw this 2 days ago, and I just looked at it and I'm like, what the hell is that? Let's see if I can find it. Hang on. I had it loaded up here. Hang on. There it is. There it is. So this one just took me back. I'm going, I don't understand what that's doing. There it is. What realtor see number 3? What realtor see number 3? What realtor see number 3, ladies and gentlemen? What kind of caption can you come up with for that? What realtor see number 3? And we're going to get a chance at winning millions of dollars. It'll scratch off ticket courtesy of Talking Real Estate and the Bergeron team. That I'm not going to tell you what it is, but yeah, dude, that's a good one. When you're homeschooled, you can ring my bell. Hey now, hey. Childhood fear. Round 3 begins at the bell. That's a good one. School's out. Yep. Practicing fire drills at home. That's good. Guys, you got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is. I heard this teacher is a real hard ass. I heard this teacher is a real hard ass. Ay. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a great Memorial Day weekend. I want you to have loads and loads of fun. As always, we'll do a quick after show where I spill some ridiculous inside knowledge. Shelly might be coming out here and rap me out about all the ridiculous things I always say about her. If you haven't joined our Facebook group yet, feel free to join the group Talking Real Estate. We had all kinds of cool, crazy stuff in there. We have a new intern on our staff now that's going to be working a lot on that as well. So if you have not joined our Talking Real Estate Facebook group yet, feel free. Okay. I'm Scott Bergeron, and I am definitely talking real estate. See ya.